Hello again, everyone, and good Thursday afternoon. Welcome into another edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Randy Lee. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Auburn taking on NC State tonight, a good Wolfpack team. Auburn went to Raleigh last year. It didn't turn out too well for the Tigers. They probably played one of their worst games. I think it ended up being maybe a 10-point game like that, 8 to 10-point game, but Auburn just didn't really play well in that one. Didn't shoot the ball well at all. Didn't play a lot of defense, but nonetheless, you know that's probably in some of the talking points for Bruce Pearl about this Auburn team, number 12 in the country, the only undefeated Power 5 team in the country. I never thought I'd make a statement like that, but there it is. Auburn number 9 in the coaches poll, number 12 in the AP poll. They'll take on the Wolfpack tonight. They're 8-2. Only loss is Georgia Tech, a 1-point loss very early in the season. I think that was at home, and then a 5-point loss to Memphis up in New York. So a very good team, maybe the best team that Auburn's played yet this season, and that's kind of been a good thing the way the schedule is set up. Auburn has faced more and more difficult competition as the season has gone along. So we'll talk about that game a little bit as we move forward in today's show, but we're still kind of taking in National Signing Day, which was yesterday. Auburn signs the number 7 class in the country as far as 24/7 is concerned. Ended up being 22 players put their name on the dotted line. Still 2 guys that were committed that are considered hard commits right now, and a few prospects out there that Auburn may still go after. They're going to sign in February. So we'll break that down a little bit more specifically today. And this is the question you always ask, Randy, does this class fill Auburn's needs?
Well, I think it does because it fills some holes. And if we can close on the next 2 or 3 in the next signing period, I think 2 of the 3 that we're hoping to close on are going to be offensive linemen, aren't they?
Well, one of them, I mean, if you talk about the hard commits, you got one Jay Hardy, who's a defensive lineman, but there is that offensive tackle out there, and there's another pretty big fish that commit from Georgia, Broderick Jones, who is an offensive tackle that Auburn could possibly add to this class.
It would be nice to add, at least 1 more or 2 more offensive linemen. That's my real worry. It was a great close yesterday. Mm-hmm. Probably the biggest name that we see yesterday that Auburn closes with, a linebacker. Needed that linebacker, need a big thumper linebacker, and I think that's what Auburn got there. And congratulations to Travis Williams and the entire defensive coaching staff. That's where I'll start with it, Andy. Okay. Just from a defensive standpoint, when you have coaches in place, and they've been in place quite some time, and they seem to work well together, and they take a guy now in Derek Brown that they can go and lay out there and say, look, consensus first team, AP All-American all the way across, our first consensus All-American since 1990. And you may ask, who in the world was that in 1990? It was Ed King, an offensive tackle from Phoenix City. And to be able to get that on the resume and say, this is what we produce, this is what we do. Second team All-American in Marlon Davidson. Mm-hmm. So you got 2 All-Americans that are going to be drafted quickly. Probably both first-day drafts. We know Derek Brown will be, but without a shadow of a doubt, I think Marlon Davidson will go in the first day. First 3 rounds for sure. Yeah. So, this is something that you can tout and you can talk about. And unfortunately for Auburn over the last 15 years, we haven't had opportunities to say that on the defensive side of the ball. But now we're getting a chance to, and there's continuity in the staff. I think it's just now starting to pay off. And in the years to come, if they keep this continuity going for 2 or 3 more years, I think it'll really pay off next year, Andy.
Especially on the defensive side.
Yeah.
It's Kevin Steele, being in charge of that. Like you said, the continuity there. Even a guy like Travis McGriff who leaves, but he comes back. So, I mean, you add a coach from him like him last year, it didn't break up because he was already there. Everybody already knew him. So it all worked out really well. Again, we'll talk about recruiting today a good bit on the show. If you got any thoughts about that, if you got any thoughts about Auburn's class as a whole or where it fits in, we'd love to hear those. You can dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page, that's Sports with a Z, and comment away We'd love to hear you. There's always a great conversation there. But we appreciate all of you out there, no matter how you're choosing to tune us in, whether that be on Charter Channel 3 or WOTM, Charter 21, 187, 190, maybe Charter Channel 80. We're out there. You can find us. And, of course, all of our good, loyal fans on Facebook. We're brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center with 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply needs, home decor, tools. They got a little bit of everything there at Russell Do-It Center. Go and check them out. They got a beautiful new facility just opened in Auburn on Shug Jordan across from Publix. You can go check that out and check that one out. But if you live in the Central Alabama area, there's one close to you as well. Also, Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Eric's been in business for over 20 years. He and his team are always looking out for the best interests of their clients. Now happens to be a really good time. The economy's just booming, Randy.
Yeah.
Everybody's making money. And when everybody makes money, everybody wants to spend money. And, I mean, interest rates are down. It's a great time to refinance. Everybody wants a little bit of extra money, especially this time of year with Christmas just around the corner. They're saving people money each and every day. I mean, thousands of dollars a year at Mortgage Pro. That's how good things are going right now. So whether it's your first mortgage, you have a mortgage you want to refinance, or maybe a reverse mortgage, you're looking at about the age of retirement, whatever it is, all points in between, they can help you out there at Mortgage Pro. It's 256-397-0248. 256-397-0248. Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Thanks so much to Russell Do-It Center and Mortgage Pro. Merry Christmas to them. Merry Christmas to all of you out there.
Merry Christmas to you, Andy.
Thank you very much.
You know, you got to get one back to you, so I'm the one to do that. I want to stop you real quick.
Okay.
Brett Pritchard and I were having a conversation yesterday, and I didn't know, so I'll pass it along to all of you out there, a little research that Brett threw along out there on the Twitter waves. And here's the deal. I was wondering where number 7 class fits into what Auburn has normally done with recruiting. Before I get started, I don't know if you saw these numbers, but what's your perception of Auburn? Where do you think a 7th class, would you say that's high for us? That's better than our normal finish. What would you think?
Number 7, I would think that's probably average-wise, I would say we're probably about 8 or 9. So I would say it's a little better than we've normally done.
A little better than we normally. Okay, well, here's what we've normally done, okay? Since 2010, which is where Brett went back, and these are 24/7s.
This is composite.
Composite, yeah. Here we are. In 2010, we finished 6th.
Yeah.
2011, we finished 5th. Let me stop right there. How did 2012 happen? How in the world did that happen?
That just goes to show you the motivation part of football. You can have all the talent in the world, but if your guys quit, it's ugly.
Which, by the way, that 2011 number 5th is the best.
Yeah.
Best recruiting class, I think, in Auburn's history, unless you're able to go back. And we went back to the 10 years before this, which is all Tommy Tuberville. You don't want to see those numbers.
Yeah.
How that guy won with what he got into campus is an amazing thing.
How are we the most talented team we've ever had in 03 then?
Great.
04.
It tells you about development is where I would throw that, and a couple of premier guys.
Yeah.
Because Cadillac was a premier guy. Everybody wanted him. Okay, so with 5th and 11, in 12, 11th, 2013, 10th. So hold up now. In 12, after that debacle, we still finished 11th. Look at what USC's doing right now. Look at where some of these programs that used to be perennial powers have fallen on the wayside. And I brought that up to you whenever we have this discussion on Gus Malzahn. I mean, imagine waking up one day and you're in the 70s in recruiting, like USC woke up.
Yeah.
And you're bypassing Bowling Green and you're getting happy with where you're moving. I couldn't imagine that, Andy.
No.
We never have.
Well, we'd be Mississippi State.
That's right.
That's what we'd be.
Because I would say Mississippi State's a consensus 40.
Yeah.
About a 40th best recruiting. Okay, so in 2013, again, 10. 14, 6th. 15, 8th. 16, 9th. 17, 9th. 2018, the worst out of the bunch, 12th. In 2019, last year, we finished 11th. Right now 7th. Now,
so I'd say that average is about 8 or 9. Right?
And we, yeah, you're about dead on. And we got a little movement to go. And so I did. I asked Brett. I said, are these better than the decade before? So only one top 10 class from 2000 to 2009. Only a single top 10 class between 2000 and 2009, and that was in 2001, where we finished number 7. So let's go back and do the math here. And this is really Gus Malzahn's era.
Yeah.
Got one other coach in Gene Chizik, but Malzahn was highly involved in whatever happened in 10 and 11, I would guess. So we have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have had 7 top 10 finishes, and 8 if you count a 10th ranked finish,
Right.
and 1 the previous decade. You can throw all the darts you want at him. This guy can recruit in comparison to where Auburn has normally ended up, and that's a tip of the hat to him, Andy.
There's no question about it. I mean, a lot of times we throw, and we always would follow up, a class. Well, this finished 6th, but how many guys, quit or got kicked off, and that's happened. Yeah. But I will say this: it's happened a lot less under Gus Malzahn than it ever happened under the Tommy Tuberville regime. We lost players all the time under Tuberville. Guys that came in and signed the classes never even made it to campus. So I think those numbers are pretty accurate for what the talent we have on the field. We see. Got to go to break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Employee Pricing Plus continues at Bice Motors in Alex City.
It's the Big Finish event.
Save up to $7,435 on Jeep Compass and Grand Cherokee. Or up to $12,000 on the powerful Ram trucks in stock.
Don't miss this.
Save up to $5,200 on the sporty Dodge Durango.
We're going to finish the year big.
Save big during the Big Finish event going on at Bice Motors in Alex City.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hillbilly Towers is an affordable senior citizen community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East, where spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living, where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more about Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552, where your family at Hillbilly Towers. That's 256-329-0552.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. WOTM has you covered with live coverage of all 7 championship games of the Super 7. WOTM is available to all TV providers in Alabama. If WOTM is not currently a part of your channel lineup, call your provider and request that they add WOTM. WOTM, your exclusive TV home for the AHSAA Super 7 basketball, baseball, and softball championships. All live only on WOTM.
Alex City Marines, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, and the Yerkes invite you by to see what they have available today. The 2020 Manitous and Landaus are in, and boy, are they gorgeous. Also, some great deals on demos. Take advantage of that while they last. Alex City Marine also is doing shrink wrapping, storage. Get in line now. In fact, call this number, 256-215-FISH. Alex City Marine, Alex City.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, Service at its best when you need it most.
The Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales in Opelika has the largest selection of prestige cars, trucks, and SUVs in Central and East Alabama, all with financing available, little to no money down, and extended warranties. Get pre-qualified in under 2 minutes, online or from your mobile device at GillsPrestigeOnline.com. It's the Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales, 1430 Gateway Drive in Opelika.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you for about 45 more minutes in today's show, talking about the aftermath of National Signing Day. Auburn with 22 signees, still 2 hard commits. One of those is Jay Hardy, who, by all indications, everybody that you talk to at Auburn, it's not a big deal that he didn't sign yesterday. They still feel really good about him. He's a top 100 guy. I mean, he's a number 102 player in the country, number 9 defensive tackle in the country. So out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, 6'4", 290. So if they still feel good about it, it's not a big deal. Jonathan Buskey, it's looking less and less likely that he will sign with Auburn due to academic reasons. He's a junior college guy, offensive tackle. But the 3 guys that are still on the board, the Broderick Jones we talked about, the offensive tackle that's committed to Georgia, he's going to make an official visit to Auburn in January. He won't sign until February. McKinley Jackson, that's the one that this defensive line could go from really good to great if you could land him. He's a guy out of Mississippi. Again, number 12 defensive tackle in the country, another top 150 guy. So, and Marquise Burks is a guy out of junior college at Auburn is still looking at. Probably going to sign 25. There's some talk that they could sign an extra guy because they undersigned last year. I don't know how all that works. It gets confusing when because you're only supposed to sign 25, but there are exceptions that you can do this and that. I don't. But anyway, perhaps a quarterback. Auburn would like to add a second quarterback to this class. We're breaking down into position groups here, but that's one of the ones you look at and you go, Auburn brings in 1 quarterback in this class. Brett and I'm not saying this kid may turn out to be fantastic, but when you're the number 741 player in the country, I mean, what are we expecting out of it?
Well, and unfortunately, even though Sandberg looked really good the moments that we saw of him last year.
How comfortable are you with him as the backup?
I mean, I'm a lot more comforted than I was before I saw him out there on the field. Just hearing people talk about practice, in which you can't take that with a grain of salt. I've learned that. But Garnett seems like it's a kind of an odd take, but nonetheless, who am I to judge?
Yeah.
I would like to see us go and get one more. And I did notice, an odd one here from the state of Alabama was Robbie Ashford from Hoover, who had been committed to Ole Miss, one of the top baseball players in the state as well. Decides that he's going to Oregon, changes that commitment and goes to Oregon. I think I saw that correctly yesterday. And
I was wondering. I never did see where he was.
And that was a great get for Oregon, and that's now 2 out of the state of Alabama that they've jumped in here and gotten here recently because they picked up the safety from Lynette last year, who was a backup, who had a great first year and everything seemed to go well. Mario Cristobal he's a hot commodity to me. Now,
Really?
Oregon may be able to hold on to him, but the next big job that comes open in the SEC, I would be willing to bet anything that he would be the first one that people will be calling on if they can't get a hold of, a top 5 type guy.
Well, where's the cutoff? I mean, LSU, Alabama, Georgia, Auburn,
Florida. I think Florida's still 1, 2.
Yeah, they are.
And I
But
really
outside
think
of that though, Cristobal he's not leaving Oregon for a.
no, but I think he would have left for Tennessee.
He's not leaving for South Carolina.
No.
Would he leave for South Carolina?
I don't think he would. I wouldn't.
Nah.
I would have left for Tennessee though. I still, in my heart of hearts, think that Tennessee can get back to prominence, but it's going to take the entire culture change.
Yeah.
And maybe Jeremy Pruitt's the guy for that. Who am I to judge the way that he closed out the second half of this season? He had a great close to it, but I still think Mario Cristobal, from a coach that's out there and currently coaching at a good program, if one of our premier programs comes open in the SEC, it would be one of the first places I would look. But he knows this area, has coached around in this area, so really not a shock to see that. Your favorite commit from the class, or, and let me throw one more out there. Let me stop you real quick. Is there a quarterback left on the board that Auburn's interested in?
I mean, with Chad Marsh coming over, being his second day on the job, who knows? I mean, he may be looking at some, I would imagine maybe transfer portal, maybe an option. But I have not heard a single name as far as a high school recruit that Auburn is really legitimately interested in. We'll see how that goes. But if any of you have more information about that, we'd love to hear it. But as far as quarterback's concerned, I mean, clearly Bo Nix is the guy, and Cord Sandberg's not going anywhere either. So if you're going to get a transfer portal quarterback, usually those guys are coming to play.
That's right.
Who's coming to be a backup?
Nobody.
So, I mean, Auburn may just kind of be, you may have Bo Nix, Cord Sandberg, and a couple of walk-ons.
Unless you're a current backup graduate that would just like to finish out at a different school or give yourself a different, maybe that would be. I played
at a Power 5
school.
school.
And a really good backup at a Power 5 school that's interested in coming to the SEC to see how it would maybe be a good transfer portal route to go to get just I would feel much better about our chances if we had a backup that we could go, man, that's a good one. But, look, in today's day and age, you don't get those. The transfer portal forces you to show your hand, and if your hand's shown like we did with Joey Gatewood that you're not going to play a lot, you're going to move that guy on. So Cord Sandberg really is a perfect backup. I don't think he's going anywhere at 25 years old.
Yeah.
And if you can keep that guy around for a couple of more years and he and Bo Nix seem to work well together, it may be the best of both worlds.
That's true. That's a good point. As far as my favorite recruit out of the class, hard to say at this point. I mean, obviously Tank Bigsby's the jewel of the class, at least on paper. Gus Malzahn said he's a home run threat. He's a one-play drive kind of guy. That's something we've been missing at Auburn for a while. Would like to see that again. I hope he's that guy. If he is, then that would be wonderful. And if you look at a position, that's where Auburn is pretty stacked right now. I mean, you look at the guys and think, maybe none of them are Heisman contenders, but I mean, Whitlow and DJ Williams and Harold Joyner and Mark Anthony Richards didn't even play it down this year. I mean, you add in Tank Bigsby to that mix, it's getting crowded back there. Up against another break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz. Right.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
I am Lisa McClendon from Country Financial, and I have spent years in our community helping people protect their homes, cars, and lives. I am proud to be a member of the 2018 National Championship Team and a National Advisory Council member for Country Financial. Complete financial security does not end with just insurance. I am also here to help you plan for your financial future.
Together, we can help you set up a step-by-step plan to reach financial security.
Let's talk soon.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local Cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
At Mortgage Pro, we won't be able to finance a new car or new boat. We can't open you a checking account. Mortgage Pro specializes in mortgage loans. If you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your current home, the only way to go is Mortgage Pro. We can close in 15 days or less. We can offer the best rates in the mortgage industry. And we can waive appraisal fees on any new loan from September 1st until December 31st. Call Mortgage Pro today.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you for about 30 more minutes in today's show. A lot of comments rolling through. We'll try to get to as many of those. We're talking about recruiting. Patrick said the 2009 Tuberville era was about development, and it was at its best during that time. That was certainly for sure. He says I don't know if he's correct, but he wants to make it specific that Gus's assistant coaches can recruit.
Yeah.
I think that's.
But he hired him.
He did, and he's doing a fine job. Garner, Steele, T-Will, Crime Dog, Woodson, Caddy, and Morris are all above average to elite recruiters. Again,
he hired every one of them.
He did. Chad Marsh may pay some big dividends if Auburn keeps him for any amount of time. Auburn, I think if Auburn can get an elite left tackle and an edge rusher, this class will be elite. Interesting. We'll see what they add in the offseason. 2021 class is going to sign 2 QBs, possibly. Kobe Hudson played some quarterback. Do you think he could get some snaps as a Wildcat kind of guy?
Of course he could.
Yeah.
And
With
the
Gus,
way the game's changing, you look at Kentucky this year. Prime example. They have to transfer a quarterback over to a receiver over to quarterback, and he made a huge difference in the way that season ended for them. And so, yeah, it could happen. And these guys that come out of high school, your best athletes most of the time in high school now are your quarterbacks, because as often as you can get the football in their hands to make a big play, that's where you want it. Even if they're great running with the ball and serviceable enough throwing the ball, you're going to see them at quarterback now. Just not quite as many pro-style offenses that I see anymore than what we used to see.
Zykevius Walker will be the best player in the class. Defensive lineman, defensive or strong side defensive end out of Ellaville, Georgia, a 4-star, rated number 125 player in the country.
Talk me into it.
That's the one that Rodney Garner pulled out of nowhere a couple weeks back. We got a paragraph here I'll read. Marvin wants to chime in and says, look, Auburn football, Iron Bowl champs, top 8 recruiting class, top 10 possible final season ranking finish. Pretty good year for Auburn football. Gus, one of the most successful tenures in the history of Auburn football, has a solid program foundation and full of Auburn alums and staffers. Auburn basketball, undefeated, top 10 with the best coach in college basketball. 2 SEC championships, back-to-back SEC tournament experiences, best signing class in program history.
Final 4 appearance, too. Let me throw that in there.
Final 4 appearance. Auburn baseball, top 10, pitching galore. World Series participants have a loaded, talented roster, and will be very difficult to beat this year, signing top recruits, one of the best coaches in the biz. It's great to be an Auburn Tiger.
Has it ever been better? Has there ever been a year that's been better? Well, mid-'80s and 85, maybe 85, 86, somewhere around that stretch. I think Auburn had good in everything. I don't know that we were as premier.
Elite 8 and 86 for basketball.
Good, great football team in 86.
Great. Lost 2 games they shouldn't have. Otherwise, probably playing for a national championship.
And then baseball would have had to have been good because
how bad, I don't know if we were I don't know if we were a tournament team. I don't remember, but those I think he came in 85, right? Hal Baird did. So chances are it was a pretty decent year.
None other than I can think of that's been anywhere near like this. No, because football in the late 90s was not a thing of beauty.
No.
When we had a couple of decent stretches in basketball. So, yeah, exactly. I mean, it is a great time, and probably a good segue there to go over to probably the best sport that we got on campus right now.
Absolutely.
And that's basketball.
Wesley Coleman says, Ladarius Tennyson is my favorite signee. Turn on his film. He is a player. Interesting. Jeff wants to talk some basketball.
Okay, well, let's talk some basketball with him. I mean, tonight, this is a tough matchup, but I like these home and homes, and I like this matchup that Auburn went for. I wish we would go for a little bit more of this in football. There's some matchups out there that we haven't seen as often as others, and NC State's one of those. I wonder how many times, Jeff, help anybody out there, how many times have we played NC State in basketball before last year?
That's a good question.
When's the last time we played NC State in football?
Have we played NC State in football?
This is my point. There are some programs that you go, why in the world do they not play every once in a while?
Yeah.
It's close.
Hard to believe we've never played Minnesota.
Yeah, well, I could see that more than NC State.
Why?
Well, NC State, it's not a far, it's close in proximity. It's ACC to SEC. It's a very easy matchup to try to seem to get this together, to not do it often. So, this home and home here, it didn't go our way last year, and I hope it doesn't go NC State's way tonight because I suspect NC State's our equal. But we're getting them at home.
Yeah.
So it's a good matchup tonight. That's where I'll start with it. Getting it at home is going to be big.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no, we talk about the crowd, and that's become a national thing. People look at Auburn, that's a tough place to play.
Isn't that
Who would have ever?
That's amazing.
Who would have ever thought? But that is the perception that has been created over the last 5 years. That Auburn is a very difficult place to play. The home crowd, there's no. I mean, you can see it. The team feeds off the student section. They feed off the crowd, and it's definitely a home field or home court advantage. And Auburn will probably need that tonight. I mean, they really haven't played well the last 2 games. And it's been because of 2 long layoffs. That's at least been part of it. Didn't shoot the ball well up in Birmingham, but the friendly confines are usually friendly for a reason.
And they have been for Auburn over the years. We shoot it extremely well at home. What have we won 21 out of the last 22 games?
I think so.
So we're 21-1 in the last. That's unreal. I mean, this is like I'm living in a different. I don't even know how to explain what's going on with this Auburn basketball. I never thought we'd see it. Did y'all notice though in Birmingham the difference in crowds? I mean, how many showed up to that Alabama and Samford game? You think we could get a real number? Huh?
They were putting the curtains up, weren't they?
Had the curtains up.
Who won that game, by the way?
Alabama won. Petty went for 39.
Okay.
Petty has, I'm proud for Petty.
He got his one game, 39 points.
Well, you know, he played really well in the tournament too. Really well in their tournament. I hope he's got the talent. You hate to see a great talent fizzle away, a little bit like Jeremy Johnson did. Yeah. And I thought that's where we were going with Petty. But maybe he's turning it on, and that's a good thing.
Patrick says Auburn's an 8-point favorite tonight.
I would like that at home. Yeah. Again, I don't know how. I think it would be close to even. Somewhere else, I think it would be in favor of NC State on the road.
We're up against another break here on the Auburn Blitz, but we'll be back with more right after these messages.
You already know the power and reliability of a Mahindra tractor. Get ready to meet their ATV and UTV lines. Haul more and tow more. Do more. Reaching speeds up to 60 miles an hour. Models have a 12-inch ground clearance and the ability to haul up to 1,200 pounds. There's a Mahindra utility vehicle and a model specifically to get the job done. Test drive today at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. Serving Tallapoosa, Coosa, Clay, and Talladega counties. 256-392-3613.
Be the hostess with the mostest this holiday season at Chicken Salad Chick with our easy party catering. Need a quick appetizer? Stop by Chicken Salad Chick and grab a quick chick of any chicken salad flavor or the pimento cheese ball covered with crushed pecans and crispy bacon. Remember, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. For a limited time, our pumpkin cheesecake is back and it's delicious. Chicken Salad Chick can feed any holiday crowd with our custom fit catering. 12 flavors of chicken salad, there's sure to be something for every taste bud.
Tires are important, and when getting a great price on tires, you want to get it right. So make the short drive to Wright's Tire in Sylacauga. Wright's Tire can get you any make or model of tire, and they make the drive worth it with volume pricing. Whether North Tallapoosa, South Talladega, or Coosa County, make the right choice, the right selection, the right service, and the right price. All at Wright's Tire on Fort William Street in Sylacauga. Call for a free quote, 256-245-7778, and get the right price on tires.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Expect it or not, the loss of a loved one is difficult. Put your family first by planning ahead. This is Joseph Dean, new owner of Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers. We are a full-service funeral home with an on-site crematory and cemetery. Whether your need is immediate or you would like to plan in advance, our experienced, compassionate staff can assist you in designing an enduring memorial experience, burial, or cremation. Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers on Highway 280 in Camp Hill or online, alabamafuneralhomes.com.
Since the dawn of time, mankind has needed tools. But not all tools are created equal. AGF Machine Rental Sales and Service has tools for all commercial construction or big residential projects. AGF Machinery offers the most durable and hardworking brands of ASV, Skyjack, and Wacker Neusen. Aerial lifts, scissor lifts, loaders, excavators, and forest equipment on demand for the best possible price. And backed by the Southeast's best team of professionals. Visit any of our strategic locations across Alabama for all your equipment needs. Or online at agfmachinery.com.
Harbor Point Ship Store has everything to make your day on the lake more enjoyable. Come on out to the biggest marina on the water. They have pizza, hot dogs, burgers, and more. Get your gas, groceries, snacks, ice, and everything you need for a fun day on the lake. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned boat? Harbor Point has the best selection around of everyone's favorite Crest pontoons and Four Winds boats. Harbor Point also has a great selection of pre-owned boats. Come on out and take a look at Harbor Point, Marina Point Road in Dadeville. Get to the point.
Hi, I'm Kurt Bowman, General Manager of Vaden Toyota of Sylacauga.
And I'm Coco. Do you owe more on your vehicle than it's worth? Are you stuck with high interest rates?
we may be able to help.
If you've made your last 12 consecutive payments on time and would like to get a new vehicle for the same or close to the same payment and save thousands of dollars in interest, you may qualify.
So come by and see us and let us show you the Vaden way.
Vaden Toyota of Sylacauga, located on Highway 280 in Sylacauga.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy taking you up to 1 o'clock here. Talking about some Auburn basketball. They'll take on the NC State Wolfpack tonight at Auburn Arena, 8 o'clock. This one on ESPN2 for all of you out there that'll be watching. But first, let me tell you this. Satterfield Outdoor Living in Alexander City is now proudly offering 12 months, same as cash, on any purchase totaling $200 on any of the fantastic items in the store. Now, I could stop right there because that's just a great thing. But there's more. This amazing deal includes name brands such as Steel, Echo, Shindawa, Husqvarna, Makita, Skaggs zero-turn motors, as well as Golden cast iron smokers, Pit barrel cookers, and Engel coolers. You can save big on big green eggs, such as a large egg, a nest and convector for only, what would you guess? $1,200? No, $8.99 for that one. Or an extra large big green egg. I mean, how much do you need a bigger one?
Can you imagine the size pizza that you can cook on the extra large one?
Good grief. That would be like one of those contests where, you could eat this, and you win a car if you finished it. But the extra large big green egg with nest and convector, only $11.99.
You watch any of those eating contests?
Yes.
You do?
I watch Man vs. Food a lot.
Is it still on?
It is. It's a different guy now. The other guy.
Oh, it's not the same guy.
No, I think he died. No, I'm kidding. But the new guy, it's still pretty.
Is the new guy, can
he can't put it away like that other guy could.
The other guy could, and he wasn't a big guy.
He was not a big guy, but he
could eat.
He could eat. Good grief. He ate a steak one time as big as a manhole cover. I mean, it was the most amazing thing. Of course, he's not like my girl.
What's her name?
Golly, I can't remember her name now. I have to look it up. Who ate a 72-ounce steak in about, I think, 10 minutes. And you know what she had for dessert? Another 72-ounce steak. Come take advantage of these great deals, tremendous holiday deals, and save some cash this season with Satterfield Outdoor Living. Give them a call, 256-234-0450, to speak to a Satterfield Outdoor Living Satterfield Outdoor Living rep, or come by and see them at 1584 Highway 280, Alexander City. And remember, they service what they sell. So let's talk some Auburn basketball. Auburn's 9-0. They are the only undefeated team in the Power 5 in the country. They're number 9 in the coach poll. I think they have risen to, Brad says I'm jinxing them. They have risen to, and I wrote my column about it too. There's no question they're going to get beat by NC State tonight. But I think that, like in the power poll thing that they come out with, Auburn was maybe number 1. So how are we here? How did we get here this season? Why is Auburn 9-0 undefeated?
First off, I think we're pretty talented.
Yeah.
I truly believe that. And I didn't know about that 2 years ago. When Auburn went on that run and won the SEC in the regular season, I was a little taken back because I thought we were a couple of years ahead of schedule. Would you agree with that?
Seems about right.
Jared Harper and
Coming
Bryce
out the
Brown.
2 years previous, it seemed like out of character.
Yeah, and so, but when I watch us now, we look like our ceiling's a lot higher than we play a lot of times. Because here's a couple of things you can count on. We're going to play defense like our hair's on fire. And it's going to be from start to finish. And our coach is going to coach like his hair's on fire from start to finish. So there is no letdown.
No.
Letdown, you just come over there and hang out with him. and he's got a little bit of that going on. And so we're talented and we're deep. Now, do we have the best players in the country, like a top 10 player? No, I don't believe that. I think Isaac Okoro is a good player. I think he's not good. I think he's a great player. I just don't think he's a top 5 pick in the draft.
No.
But he's going to get you 12 to 15, and he may be the best defender in the conference. And I'll take that on a team that's coached by Bruce Pearl. So my quick answer, and then I'll kick it over to you, is just I'm not shocked. When I've watched every team that we've played so far, we've been better than. We'd have had to play poorly to lose. And I hope I say that tonight when I watch us. Doesn't mean we've played poor competition. I just think our athleticism is better than the teams we've matched up with so far.
I think it's been somebody different every night. And they haven't relied on one person. They haven't put the pressure on one person. Now, having said that, Samir Dowdy has stepped up. And he has taken on the leadership role, and he is saying, look, okay, if we need 18 a night from me, that's what I'll give you. Now, it didn't happen this last game, but you got Javon McCormick stepped up and scored, and he's shooting the ball so much better than he was at the beginning of the year. Good grief. And the way he was shooting at the beginning of the year, I thought we were going to be in trouble. But, he puts up 20. Austin Wiley he looks healthier than he's looked at any point in time as an Auburn Tiger, and he's starting to play, and it just seems like he's a lot more comfortable, and he's defending, he's blocking shots, and he's hitting free throws. He may be one of the better free throw shooters on the court right now. So that, and, Dancho Purifoy, a threat to go for 20. He probably, it's going to be few and far between, but he's a threat to do it. And then, the freshmen are for real. As you mentioned, Isaac Okoro, but Devin Cambridge giving you quality minutes. Alan Flanagan giving you quality minutes. Jamal Johnson, he's a sophomore, I think, but he's starting to play and give you quality minutes. That's the depth that you're talking about. So I wondered about the chemistry of the team. I mean, you got a guy like Okoro that steps up, and you don't expect that leadership out of a freshman. But when he hit that game-winning shot against South Alabama, it was like everybody went, he may be the leader of the team. I mean, and we're okay with it. So I just think right now, and that's a lot. I mean, I give all the credit to Bruce Pearl to be able to get these guys to play like they are right now. And I think they're shooting the ball a little bit better than I thought they would.
I think it's a culture deal at this point. You may have an outlier at some point over the next 5 years or however long we keep Bruce Pearl around, but he's going to be an outlier, and he's going to be shunned upon by the rest of the culture that's built. So I think this is who he is, and I'm glad he's ours.
Yeah, there's no question. Up against the break, we'll be back with one final segment right after this.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace. Smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. WOTM has you covered with live coverage of all 7 championship games of the Super 7. WOTM is available to all TV providers in Alabama. If WOTM is not currently a part of your channel lineup, call your provider and request that they add WOTM. WOTM, your exclusive TV home for the AHSAA Super 7 basketball, baseball, and softball championships. All live only on WOTM.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Mortgage Pro is the new standard for mortgage loans. While other banks are taking 45 to 60 days to close a loan, Mortgage Pro is making it happen in less than 15 days. Your mortgage loan goes from start to finish in less than 15 days. Mortgage Pro is able to make this happen by having the most advanced technology and a highly trained staff with over 98 years combined experience. If you're looking to buy a home or refinance your current mortgage, call Mortgage Pro and let our team go to work for you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Thursday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there joining us today. Patrick says the expert says Auburn doesn't have an impressive win yet on the season. Would beating NC State at home be an impressive win?
I would think so, yes. When you look at the two losses for NC State and how close they were and who they were against, yeah, and I'd love for it to be an actual impressive win, like you win by 12 to 15 points, and it was in hand a majority of the time. And I think this team's ceiling is that. Yeah. I'd like to see it again. I'd like to see us shoot the ball well again. It's been 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, 2 games for sure. You got NC State tonight. You're 9-0. You finish up with Lehigh and Lipscomb, who neither one, I think combined, they got about 5 wins on the season. So you ought to blow through them. You open up with Mississippi State on the road. That'll be a challenge. Be a big challenge. Vandy at home. Vandy's mediocre at best. Georgia at home, mediocre at best. Alabama on the road. You go 12-0 in the out-of-conference and you start with those 4, you got no excuses not to be at least 3-1 in the opening. And you're 15-1. I mean, you're a tournament team right then, right? I mean, unless it's just a monumental collapse.
Well, you know, right now, sitting here and looking where we are now, if this team wasn't a tournament team, we'd all be highly disappointed.
Sure.
And look, he's bought so much time with us. I mean, he cannot be a tournament team.
I'm not talking about the fans.
This is no Bruce Pearl, but yeah, I think the fans, we would probably, just looking at this team, it could be a mid-20s win team.
Well, I mean, if you're 15-1, you're top 10 for sure at that point.
And I really feel that's who we are. We'll see. It could change. SEC's odd.
Yeah, it is.
You go on the road in the SEC even when you're a lot better, and it just doesn't work out for you. But I love the depth. I love that you can roll 6 or 7 guys out there. If they got 15 to 20, you wouldn't be surprised. How many teams in this conference can say that this year? Last year, it's a pretty talented conference.
Yeah.
Agree with that?
Yeah.
This year, who's the most talented team in the conference this year? Is it still Kentucky?
On paper, sure.
It's not Tennessee.
No.
Not this year. Definitely not Alabama with a depth
It's
standpoint.
not Florida.
Who is it? My point is this, it's lining up to be, it could be a mediocre SEC season with a great Auburn team.
Yeah.
That's my hopes. Don't let me jinx us.
Yeah.
Is that what you said in your article?
Yeah. Well, I said, I hesitated to even write an article about basketball because I'm afraid I'd jinx them, but I'm willing to take the risk.
LSU gives up 93 last night. I think they lose
East
93
Tennessee.
to 79 to East Tennessee. So look, you give up 93 to East Tennessee, you're not really strong.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're there, and they were last year.
They were.
They were premier. They had two guys as good as anybody had. That they're not, and Tennessee's not. So those are your two biggest competitors last year outside of Kentucky. And Auburn doesn't have to go to that nightmare this year.
Yeah,
which
thank
helps. Because it was a nightmare last year.
Yeah.
They ran us off the
Do we
floor.
not have to go to Kentucky this year?
I don't think so. We went there last year.
I thought we had back-to-back again this year, home and away. Maybe I'm wrong.
Help me there.
I think we do go there again.
You do?
I think we do.
I hope
I'm not
you're
100% now.
I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too. But I'm thinking maybe we do. I think we've got them home and away again. I don't know. We'll see. We'll look that up before. Randy will look that up while I'm talking. One comment that came through, and we talked so much about the signing class that was 22 signees for Auburn yesterday. Who will be the sleeper in this class? A great question. I mean, I don't, who's underrated? You got to go, from that perspective. Hopefully, I'm going to say, I'm hoping one of these two offensive tackles from junior college, either Killian Zaire or Brendan Coffey, turn out to be, hey, Avery Johnson, Tate Johnson, any of those, Jeremiah Wright, Zaire, or Coffey. I'd take any of those. They're all three-star guys, 3 out of high school, 2 out of junior college. Any one of them stepping up and being a really, really good offensive lineman, I would take that in a heartbeat.
Auburn plays Kentucky at home February the 1st.
Okay.
And looking down through here, Auburn does travel to Kentucky on February the 29th. So to close out the season, really, Auburn does have to play Texas A&M and Tennessee. Following that, Texas A&M at home and Tennessee on the road. So, boy, that's a tough close to the season for Auburn in those final 3 games. On the road at Kentucky, at home against Texas A&M on March the 4th, and then again on the road at Tennessee to close things out, and that's the 21st ranked Tennessee Vols team right now.
That would be wonder how meaningful those games will be. As far
Can't
as
imagine
the SEC,
they won't be.
The conference championship, seeding in the SEC tournament, seeding in the NCAA tournament. Texas A&M not coming out of the gate real well under Buzz Williams. Buzz Williams, right?
That's Jeff's boy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But they'll get there. But I don't know. SEC as a whole, like you said, hard to tell what's going on right now.
It is this year. We all had a real good idea that Tennessee was really good last year.
Yeah.
We knew that. And then about halfway through the season, if you'd watched LSU, you go, yeah, man, they're good. And then you watch their point play with Waters, and then you saw the post and how many good guys athletically they had around the rim. That's a good LSU squad, and that played its way out. But they're not there this year. Florida was expected to have a rejuvenation this year.
They were picked second.
And that hasn't worked out.
Not yet. That Blackshear, I mean, they got him, and everybody thought, well, that was just a missing piece. And it was all going to, like I said, it hadn't happened yet. They may get that. I mean, one of those teams that kind of gets better as the season goes along and the chemistry gets better. But I think Mike White's a good coach. But like you say, I mean, it just hadn't happened yet. Georgia's they're a ways away. Vandy's a ways away. Ole Miss, they kind of came out of nowhere last year and were
pretty good.
Pretty good, but
yeah.
I'm not real impressed with them, or Mississippi State for that matter. I hadn't watched Mississippi State play all that much.
Great for Derek Brown, consensus All-American. First one since 1990. That's
hard to
saying
believe.
something, but it is.
But that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I would have thought Carlos Rogers would have been, but He wasn't.
I would have thought Nick Fairley would have been.
Yeah.
How was he not?
I don't know who was. I know Sue was that year, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. That's going to wrap it up for us on the Auburn Blitz on this Thursday. We appreciate all of you out there. Thank you so much for joining us. For Randy Lee, I'm Andy Graham. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.